And it's about where you are, your surrounding, your environment, where you are. It's a lot of homebodies who don't go anywhere.
No, tell
Or
the
it's a lot
truth.
of people who don't leave their hometown or have not been out of state or whatever the case may be. It's a lot of different, you know.
I could get y'all to the
Right.
next level. I got a course coming out, my bad
I
bitch boot
do
camp.
agree that you have to put yourself in the right, you know,
Oh, you
in the
don't?
right
That nigga will
environment,
find you.
around the right people that whether that's friendship, relationship.
Yeah,
He'll
calling
find
for
you.
that standard and not having that already established is kind of crazy.
I can put y'all in my bad bitch boot camp. I can see y'all hit new heights in life, bro. Let me teach you some real woman etiquette. Let me teach you how to eat peas with a fork. Let me
Is
let,
there
let me
anybody else?
huh?
Is there anybody else that's willing to accept a guy that makes significantly less than him?
Yes.
I mean, yeah, well,
You mean right
with it.
now, or if
Yeah,
we?
I don't know. It depends. Because are we staying in the context of their context where the woman has a good, she just good, she makes a good amount of money, like substantial,
Are you talking about right now?
No,
or are you
I don't.
talking
She
about
don't have to.
just
No, she don't make a
people
six.
from the hood and he work at the Dollar Tree and she work at wherever such some grocery store, like with,
Yep, that.
yeah, yeah. If I work at Snooks, I'm gonna be mad he work at the Dollar Tree.
If a man is working at Dollar Tree, he's a felon, and probably don't want to date him either.
Yeah.
So you don't accept him if you work at Dollar Tree then.
Because a
If you
grown man,
working at you know, I'm saying if you working so if you working at you work at the grocery store, uh, and you high calorie, just saying in general,
What if you
you
work at the
wouldn't
car
take
wash?
you
What
wouldn't
if you work at the car wash?
well he make tips, he might make a good amount of
I
Like
hate
the car wash, people on the type like detailing and stuff, they actually do make a lot.
Honestly, I'm the kind of
They
person that it's some things I can't say never, or I don't know. It's
yeah,
something
it's
I
just
would just
like
have
I
to.
can't say, but
Mm-mm.
that.
that's a hard one. You got well, there's a lot of women out here where he can but I'm just I don't know, I'm a realist, so it's a
Yeah,
lot of things I can't say what I wouldn't do. Sorry.
y'all know what y'all want. Y'all know what y'all don't want.
No, that,
I
that,
don't
that
care
don't
what
want to be
you
yeah. I
say.
mean,
straight.
if
Be
Oh,
I
straight
if I
up.
was
yeah.
to go off of just right now thinking, I would say no. But you know,
Yeah, like at this point in my life right now, if we talk, no, I can't date
God,
out.
mm,
Be honest with yourself, bro.
it's just no. Everybody
It,
is
Why,
in.
why is it a
Now,
no,
I'm
baby?
not saying I wouldn't, because if Dollar Tree dude, is him, like we've been talking about, he gonna pull whoever walking through that line that he want,
Why you
and
can't?
that's
So
how you
what's
know. So,
wrong? Wait, hold on, Dalen. What are you sticking your head at? What's wrong?
Because y'all lie so much. Women just lie, 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 deny, and lie.
who's lying?
In that order.
I think you lying. I
Who's
think
lying?
What have I lied about? I ain't said shit all night.
because because you're trying to say we're lying, so I'm
Who's?
assuming that you
I
have
said
an
who's
opposing
lying?
argument.
I mean, if you're saying that you would date as of
I
right now,
said no.
so if we can't go backwards. So of course the question is for us right now and moving forward. We can only get older. A man that works at the dollar store is not a man any
I
woman
said
on this
no.
earth would want to date or take seriously for a relationship. You might smash him
Right.
because he's handsome and tall, but you won't date him. No.
Why?
No,
What's
today
wrong with
was saying
working?
gauge
What's
it off of
wrong?
your level. Where you at?
So wait. He got a job though. He working.
You have to pay attention to why. Look at your age right now. So it applies if you're 30, 35, or 40. So if this individual is in your age bracket, you have to ask yourself, and I know this from experience, if you're working specifically at Dollar Tree, you've been to jail because, they'll hire a rat out of a sewer. You have to consider why at this juncture in your life are you accepting $7 an hour? You are angry. You are mad. You can't afford anything. You're disappointed in yourself. You are not ready for a relationship because at this point, if you're going to date someone, it should be intentional and it should be with the expectation to get married and start a family. And you're not
are,
going to do that.
are
Make
you
it
dating him or his job?
No, you're dating what a man can do for you. Men, let's not act like men don't want to have a successful family and be able to take care of their women and their children. You can't do that if you work at the dollar store.
He ain't interested in all of that. He just want love.
Okay, but y'all talking about dating. So
Okay.
So you
when
can
you
date
date,
Right,
somebody
and we
that you
also
love.
talk about dating on your level. So we still
So wait,
you saying like
but we also
Hold on.
okay.
So what he makes matters even when it comes to having a good time and fun and love.
I mean, if that's all you want to do is have fun and not take it seriously, to say, you know what, do you feel confident that you can support a marriage? Do you want to have children? How many? Do you think you
No,
can
he
afford
don't. He
that?
don't want to have children, and you do your own thing, and he gonna do his own
So
thing.
y'all talking about casual sex. That's what majority of people are doing anyway. At this point, it
Why
don't
do
matter.
it don't have to necessarily be casual sex? He just like he
Then
don't know
you're
what he's
not,
gonna do. He
that's
just kind of
all
want
we're doing.
to.
If
Why
you're
is it
not
so? Wait. Why is it so much? Okay, so let me revise the question. When you go out with a person, do you need to know what they do for a living?
absolutely, it's one of the first questions or one of the first
Why?
things you find out. Because
Why?
you want to know what their contributions are when they get up in the morning. Where are you going? To school, to work, or back to
When
bed?
you go out with a person, you want to know immediately what they do for a living.
If it's a date, yeah, it's a
Yeah.
good way to start conversation, depending on what somebody does for a living on a day to day.
No, you just want to know how much respect to get a nigga.
Yeah,
If he
that's what
working,
I will say this: if I was to go out with a person, I would never ever tell them what I do, or I would never give them any clue, hint, suggestion, or anything close to what it is that I
and women
generated.
need to be wary of a man that's secretive about his way of income. Because now I'm concerned you're a criminal. You're selling crack, or you're selling your body, or
So you got
something.
to be selling crack because you don't want to tell them that you're a millionaire and that you make an egregious amount of money.
Well, then I have to ask, who would you be talking to? Would you be talking to a woman that work at McDonald's or a woman that's VP of operations at a prestigious medical practice?
men
It
What?
don't
doesn't
care.
matter because I don't ask you what you do for a living. I'm there just to have a good time and get to know you as a person.
Okay.
Women don't like to date dudes with lower jobs because it's a reflection of who they really is and what their value is in society. I have said it plenty of times on this show, and Anton can damn near finish the sentence. If you only fuck with bums, then that make your pussy a what, Anton?
I'm not doing it. I'm
A
not doing
homeless
it.
shelter.
No, I'm not doing
No, it is what it is. It is what it is. Y'all don't like fucking with broke dudes because that's what your value is. You know why you don't bump into Antons? Because you not in their universe. You not millionaires.
I
You
will,
not in
but
their
no, I
bracket.
will tell you this though, 2K. I will tell you this. I don't discriminate. The
I
only
know you
way
don't.
that people, the only way that people know, that would know in real life what I do or what I make or what I got going on is if they already recognize me. Because the reality is that when I go places, when I go to a festival, when I go to, you know what I'm saying? I was hanging out at the bar, this bar called Bakersfield yesterday. Because I wanted to drive the 96 Impala. So I was downtown and all of that stuff, right? And I'm kicking it with the person. There was two people that were sitting at the bar, and I'm kicking it with them. We didn't ask each other what we did, honestly. That it never came up. We just chilling, having a good time. It don't matter what I make, it don't matter what they make, it don't matter any of that type of stuff. We was talking about, the game and all of this type of stuff. Honestly, I don't look at people when I'm determining whether or not I'm gonna hang out with them, guy or girl, it don't even matter. I don't look at people and say, I wonder what they do for a living. I just don't size people up like that.
That's in a
'Cause
I
social
just
thing.
enjoy people and we just have a good time and it just is what it is. So I guess it's kind of weird to me. I understand at some point you got to know more about the person and that women got to get to know people. Eventually you got to know what each other do or whatever. But I don't understand it if it's the first time that you ever went out with a person, why that has to be the first thing that you ask them. I just don't understand it.
It doesn't have to be the first thing, but it can be a topic of discussion. That way you know what feels someone. You don't have to
First
even
time
be,
that you hang out with a person,
you said hanging out. See, now I don't know what you're asking.
hanging out is the same thing to me. It's the same thing.
Well, no, a first date and hanging out platonically is two completely different things because your intentions are different. You know, you want to date this person and see a life with them, or you want to, and this is just casual hanging out. Of course, you wouldn't say that with people you just met, but if you know this guy is courting you and wants to, date you and saying all these things, you want to know, what do you do when you get up in the morning? What is your contribution to life? People's lives are wrapped around their jobs pretty much. So I want to know, are you in healthcare? Are you in
And guess
logistics?
what?
Do
I will
you,
tell you this.
not so I can guesstimate how much money you make. I want to know, how do you,
Yes, I do. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's
well,
about
I
the
know
money.
that there are women that don't look at that straightforward to say, oh, now you can buy me this or buy me that. No, you can tell a lot about a person by what their profession is, or should I say career. So I think that's an important thing to know. And yes, on a
When
first,
people ask me what I do for a living and they don't know who I am, I just say something simple like I
well,
work
it
at
doesn't
this.
apply to you, Anton, because you're not dating anyone. You're
It's
married.
not about dating. I'm just talking about people in general.
Oh, okay.
Like, even if you talking to and you hanging out with somebody and you kicking it with a chick at the bar, she asking you what you do because she paying attention. She want to know what's up. And I will tell you this: it don't matter what the fuck you say, because and this is how I know that a woman is capping. If she like you, nigga, it don't matter what the fuck you say. You can say you work at a car wash,
That was my point.
you work for the city, and you pick up trash. None of that shit matter. It's
That's a
gonna be
lie.
okay.
That's
It don't matter. It
it's
don't
not
matter.
true. Unfortunately.
If she likes you, it doesn't fucking matter, bro. None of
I'm
that shit.
like, I'm dealing seriously. You talking like men seriously have worked from the lowest jobs and gotten
I
to the
agree.
highest. And trust me, we've seen how women treated us this whole time.
Not
Women
den-
wanted to be with.
I'm not denying that. I'm just
Does
saying
not matter. I
it's not.
tell people all the time, oh, I'll be sweep. I sweep up at the at Campus Martius Park. I sweep up overnight when everybody go home. I say weird shit. Man, I'm the guy that go and change all of the dog poop stations um at night from when people walk their dogs. I say weird shit all the time just to see what people. And guess what? Nobody fucking cares. Nobody bats an eye.
Say no
I think
man.
the thing that women tend to care about when it does come to money is just not having that struggle of like being so in love with somebody that you're struggling. I think that's a big issue. But aside from that, I mean, if you rock with them, you rock with them. It doesn't really matter. But if it is something that's going to be pursued further, possibly to relationship and marriage, nobody wants to be struggling to make ends meet while you're with a man.
Y'all got to say this is nobody's worried about your money when they got money.
Oh my God, here we go talking about rich people.
No, no, no. I'm not talking about rich shit. Like it's like if I had a bag, I don't care what you make because I know I got enough money to fund me or whatever we want to do. You worried about my bag because obviously you don't, and that's the problem. If you made 600,000 a year, you wouldn't care why I work because you got your own money and it don't affect you. But you worry about him working at Dollar General because you don't got your money. You don't got no money. He can't take you to these restaurants with a Dollar General check. So you trying to subsidize
He
your
can't.
failures and
No,
your money with his income.
that's not what real women do. I
Yes,
just
they do.
I
I'm gonna
just
say
a man
what
that
real women used to
the
do was
dollar
back in the day. Women like with our grandmas and them, they didn't ask for a dollar amount. Whatever granddaddy made them or gave them, they made it work. That nigga could bring home a $300 check. She'll stretch that bitch.
was that man
Y'all,
happy?
what?
Was that man happy bringing home a
Hell
300?
no, he wasn't.
No,
That's
I'm
the
saying
thing
he
I'm
probably
happy.
wasn't, but she had the withal, the know-it-all
Why
to
y'all
make
think
it
y'all
work.
granddaddies was happy?
They wasn't. They worked like dogs just to give up their check and couldn't even buy themselves a nice pair of boots to go fishing
But
with.
it wasn't because they wasn't happy because of what they did. They was unhappy because of the woman that they had to go home to. That was always complaining that they was tied to for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with the job. I knew dudes that went to work to get away from their chick that they was at the crib with.
Please don't try to compare us to our granddaddy.
We
It
can
ain't
just,
no comparison. Please don't.
That's a fact. Y'all keep on comparing us
this,
to these old niggas. We better than them.
My granddad never had to pay for a $500 bust down, some $200 nail set, some lashes. My granddad never had to pay for that.
You gotta
In
ask.
fact, facts, Ellen, and they had a whole nother family right around the corner too.
Oh yeah, that's another reason why they was poor.
They wasn't poor. They just told your grandmama that.
Okay,
Their other
well,
family did real well.
and that's something to brag
They
about.
ain't do real answer. They were just appreciative.
That is not cool. That is not funny. Because
They was
grandma,
just
that's why
appreciative.
grandma lost weight. That's why her diabetes was acting up and they had to cut her foot off.
The
That's why
diabetes.
she's mean and
No,
yelling at
because
the
she
teacher.
ate too much. Listen,
No,
man. Listen, bro. Listen, let me tell you something, and this is the honest to God truth. Y'all have been concubines since the beginning of time. Don't try to change it now. There's always been more than one of you. Stop trying to change that shit.
And then your grandma was walking around that stank ass moo frying chicken.
So
Like,
now our grandmas are stanky and stuff. Lord have mercy.
you know the moo had a little stench on it. Stop
No,
playing.
you know what
Yeah,
they
the
said?
moo was stanky in hell. Come on, man.
Whatever was under that moo, they said that's what they said. That's what kept.
You know the moo-moos. The moo-moos come with a smell. You can buy them fresh from Walmart with a house smell. I hate a moo.
I love a moo. Mine don't stink.
Ugh. I ain't gonna listen, bro. You goddamn, you wear a moo. I'm getting extra soft. You ain't got to worry about me. I'm going to sleep.
It's all the same underneath it. So whatever.
No. Don't give me no moo.
You know what it is? Honestly, I don't even think, like, to bring it back to the subject, I don't think that it has anything to do with whether you should date a man with less or more. I just think that a lot of y'all don't. I don't think that y'all truly know what y'all qualify for. Honestly, I just don't think that y'all know what y'all qualify for. I think that there needs to be a metric. There needs to be an evaluation and say, this is the type of guy that you qualify for based off of, finances, socioeconomic status, all of that type of stuff, education level or whatever. I think that there's a level that women need to be in, but everybody is out of their level and they don't know where it is that they belong. I don't think that people are realistic about where they stack up on their own life. I just don't think that they know that.
It's that phone.
That's across the board.
Huh?
I think men do that.
And it doesn't mean it don't mean that we don't slot y'all. We slot y'all immediately. You may not like the place that we put you in, and so you'll go to another guy and say,
No, I'm saying that. No, I'm saying that they that try to date out their lead. So
no,
like,
I agree.
guys,
I agree. That's why a lot of people can't find nobody, or they person hop, or they still dating around and they be dating for the next 10, 15, 20 years and shit like that. It's because I don't think that they know where they at. I don't think that they know where they qualify. A lot of women is like, kind of remind me of people that, you ain't got no certificates, you ain't got no education, you a hood mechanic. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you think that you deserve to be working for Rolls Royce. You can't work at Rolls Royce, you a hood mechanic. But if you apply for that job, when you look at the job qualifications and you go on fucking LinkedIn, you know that you don't even apply for it. You just go, you put in your qualifications and you put in your stuff, and then you only apply for the shit that you apply for. But when it comes to relationships, they be like, fuck that. I deserve to be in the Rolls Royce mechanic. And it's like, do you really know? Like, I think that if we went through and we said, okay, this is who you qualify for, this is where you're supposed to be at, this is where you're supposed to be at, then I think that everybody would have a better understanding of where it is that they belong.
That's why women shouldn't be approaching men anyway. Like,
oh no, they should. You should.
Yeah, I agree with that. Mm-hmm.
Shoot your shot.
Snatch them up for some other help to do.
Right, so they can get the reality check. Women don't want that reality check. That's why they don't want it. And we weren't raised like.
No, really think about why it's called shoot your shot. Because think about it. And men, we know this from the basketball analogy. We will go for the layup. We will go for what we can. Well, how you said 2K is convenient, right? We're going to know what we can go for because we're going to put it there. But you can't come out directly in the gym, just start shooting directly from the 3-point line, and you never even got ready for that type of guy.
No, I mean most guys that's winning, they don't really shoot their shot anyway. So y'all got to shoot at them if y'all really want them, and then let them consider you.
If I hit a certain income, you gonna have to holler at me first. I ain't gonna lie. No, no, that's just real, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I think that women should. They should make themselves available.
I think women have their ways of making themselves available, but most men really are, when it comes to that, oblivious. They just don't catch a lot of clues.
They don't what?
Like a lot of men don't pick up clues that women throw them. I see it all the time. Or
Oh no,
like I
no.
got
No, we
If
pick
I
them
got
up. We
homeboys,
money,
and
just
I
they'll
throw
be
it.
like,
We
they
throw them
act
bitches.
really
We throw
oblivious,
them
and I'm
clues
like,
back in
oh,
their
such
face.
and such. Huh?
We see the clues. We just we stomp on them shits. Like we
No,
don't know.
some certain type of men don't.
no.
Certain
Listen,
men,
listen. The uglier you are, the dumber I play. I'm telling you this right now. If you try to holler at me as an ugly chick, I act so dumb. I cannot get it. If it's an attractive chick,
hey man,
bro,
how
she
do
probably
women try to holler at men? Because I said they make themselves available, known. So the women I'm talking about, they still would never be like, "Hey, what's up?" Like that. No, that's tacky. But I'm saying, but you saying women holler at you. What do? They come up like men and say, "What's up, baby?" I don't
y'all do
understand.
stupid shit. Like y'all blink like 4 times in a row. Like it's
What?
y'all do stupid shit. It's
What?
like when women do like you'll know they just get to doing stupid shit. Like just
Out the
smiling for no
ordinary
reason.
shit.
Like you'll know when a woman like you in your presence because she just get to doing goof ass shit, bro.
Women are
Yeah,
sharp.
there's 15 dudes in here and you staring at me. Come on now.
Well,
I ain't gonna
that's
speak.
why
She
women
got
probably
eyeballs.
should be.
Goddamn, DJ.
So that's shooting your shot when a woman give you the eye or a cue like that. That's a woman shooting her shot.
No, but if it's goofy, like 2K saying, if it's like out the ordinary, come on now.
It'll be
Nobody.
some goofy shit, bro. Like goofy shit. Like what the fuck? Like, oh, what's up?
I don't know. I guess I'm just around older women. Like the women I know, I've seen women. I don't know. They make certain gestures, like he might drop something, they might pick it up, they might buy him a drink. I have seen a lot. I know women do that. They'll buy a drink. Um, but mostly it's real subtle
I'm
stuff
not doing that
because
shit.
I think they just don't want to get shot up. And we wasn't raised to approach men, so
Yeah.
Nah, no drinks being bought.
Why?
Why
Look,
what?
you want to know the crazy shit I ever had happen? Like the
it
crazy
say
shit.
he that findeth a wife. So I don't think women should be out pursuing men.
I'm dead ass.
Nah, don't
He
buy
that
don't buy
findeth.
her. Don't buy
I
her a drink.
agree.
And
Don't buy.
so this the lamest shit I had. A female came up to me and double tapped my forehead twice. And I said, what? She said, that's a like button. That's a big dick. You get your motherfucking ass up out of here. They thought I was an Instagram
That's
picture.
that's a good one.
See,
That's funny.
Damn.
They
Nah,
staring and
don't buy her a drink. Don't buy no drinks.
get your goof
I
ass up out
thought
of
that
here.
was cute.
Club.
That
They
they
was
have
stare and
definitely
never
some
approach me. I was like, well, hi, how are you? My
That was a
name is
good
so
one.
and so. I saw you looking.
If
Let
I
me go
just
ahead.
walk up to her and put my dick in her back check, she ain't gonna like that. Then don't look at me
salt.
crazy. She started
That is salt.
Nah,
Ladies,
don't
shoot
buy
your
her no drink.
this is
Don't buy no
2K.
drink.
You don't buy
Either
drinks, Anton,
buy drinks for who?
when you're out
For
for
who?
people, women.
Why would I do that?
You said when you go out, you get into conversations with people, and y'all be talking. And when you're talking, you're like, "Hey, let me just get around the drinks." You're not doing
For
it
who?
for whoever,
For my
whoever you out
homies?
talking to, men or women.
For my homeboys?
Okay, so but not for like somebody like you said you're at the bar. I was talking about the game. It was might have been women there.
Listen, I don't do random shit. All right.
Mhm.
Everything I do is intentional. So if people is with me and we all going out, then we all just gonna have a fucking good time and we not gonna worry about the money. But just buying it for random people that I, like, oh hey, let me buy. No,